Joining us over the phone is Dr. Hassan Waguih, a professor of international relations at Al-Azhar University. Good afternoon to you, sir. Dr. Waguih, can you hear me?
Oh, yes.
Thank you for joining us on Cairo local time.
Well, most welcome.
Can you tell us a bit about the importance of the Prime Minister's visit to Tunisia in terms of the issues that are going to be discussed with Tunisia and his counterpart?
Yeah, Tunisia is a very important Arab country,
Yes.
and we have strategic relations with all Arab countries actually, but Tunisia has a special place because it is it's so near to us, and I think this is very important, getting the higher committee to convene, to orchestrate all the efforts towards stability, towards helping each other in this very turmoil atmosphere. Is extremely important visit.
Yes, they spoke about bilateral cooperation in terms of finance and business. How important is this with the current climate change globally, where everyone is facing difficulties and recessions?
Yeah, actually, global, the nature of conflict has changed in so many fronts.
Yes.
And one of the greatest conflicts that should be managed by all countries all over the world, not to say those countries who are near to us, like Tunisia. I think it is very important to orchestrate all these efforts because it is another conflict. We have so many conflicts to manage actually in this highly paced, globalized world. And I think it is very important to coordinate issues when it comes to this very complicated and multi-layered issue of managing the conflict and the consequences of the climate change.
Yes. What other issues other than economic and financial issues could possibly be on the table for both nations when it comes to this ministerial committee? Will there be discussions between them politically, or talking about both neighbors?
I think no one negotiating table would be free from talking about the global current crisis that all peoples all over the world are suffering from by one way or another.
Yes.
And I think the place where we are talking about here is North Africa.
Yes.
And one of the analysis that is being deliberated and disseminated is that I hope not, of course, but some people say that North African countries could be the place for extending this crisis, God forbid. But when it comes to careful countries, we have to consider all the possible scenarios and thwart any kind of conflict that we really don't need. And also this would create some kind of mobilization on the Arab level to contain the global crisis that's resulting from the war between Russia and Ukraine, and contain it. It's very important that all diplomatic efforts should be exerted, and when two Arab countries are convening, I think we should put that on the negotiating table so as we could try to overgeneralize it to have an Arab stance that really try to de-escalate. We don't want escalation of any conflicts in our area.
Yes.
And I think it's very important to be prepared for anything and to discuss things and to know the concept of anticipating conflicts rather than waiting for them to manage.
To build up on this idea, where North African countries are somehow trying to unite fronts, is there also a direction with these countries to look inwards? Usually our traditional business partners would have been European or outside of the African region. Now with the economic crisis hitting Europe quite hardly, Do you think that these countries were going to be looking for other sources of investments and other income sources, building on industries and so on?
Yes, you raise a very important question, but it's really a very complicated question, but a legitimate one to answer. I think that when you have war inside Europe and you can listen to news where great economies like Germany, France, and other countries, big countries in Europe, are suffering from the crisis. I think that one of the most important things is to have a dialogue and a cooperation between the north of the Mediterranean and the south of the Mediterranean, and it's all based on economic ties. I think when we have, hopefully not, a big volcano erupting in Europe, I think it's a must for us to cooperate regionally.
Yes.
You have the global level. If the global level is missing something, I think the regionalism should be the concept that we should apply, and we should help each other.
Yes.
I wanted to say something regarding this. When you are talking about, for instance, the United States, what country you think they are cooperating with much more?
Yes.
They are cooperating with Canada, because there is joint borders, and I think any two countries that near to each other or having borders with each other, I think this is the base for enhancing regionalism, and we will be far more ready to get into the global level when things get calm.
Okay, Dr. Hassan Waguih, Professor of International Relations at Al-Azhar University, thank you so much for joining us over the phone and shedding light